Okay, so here's the deal. Netflix, and part of their ongoing campaign of terror to make new Adam Sandler movies, has just dropped Happy Gilmore 2. Neither of us, imagine, have ever seen Happy Gilmore 1, so here we are to review it.
It's kind of a gaping hole in our filmography. Like, how are we allowed to do this job?
I'm embarrassed, I know.
Everything makes sense now that I've seen Happy Gilmore. But I mean, the seeds do get planted here, right? Between this and Billy Madison and The Waterboy, this is like mid-90s, early young Adam Sandler, the overgrown man-child persona that would define him for so long until he met the likes of Paul Thomas Anderson and the Safdie brothers.
He's got the swing. He's got the drive.
He shoots, he scores!
He's got the balls.
It's the titular role. He is Happy Gilmore, and he explains to us in a lengthy voiceover over home movies how he dreamed of being a hockey player. He wears a lot of Boston Bruins gear all the time. He's not a particularly good skater, but he can shoot the puck really, really hard, really, really far. And so this is going to become useful to him eventually when he stumbles into becoming a golfer. Of course, he is not, in any way familiar with the way you're supposed to conduct yourself on a golf course. It is sort of, part of that slobs versus snobs tradition here of Caddyshack and other early 80s raunchy comedies. So he becomes this phenomenon because, he tells it like it is, and he's not finessed, and he doesn't wear the right clothes or shoes, and his swing is really unorthodox, and he's kind of a mess.
A new kind of fan.
He's a mess, but he's the mess that golf needs.
Yes.
Shooter McGavin, played by Christopher McDonald, is not terribly thrilled about this because he finds this guy to be a threat, an affront to everything that he stands for and holds dear, but also a threat in terms of attention, in terms of the way he's working his way up the ranks. And how's that going to turn out? They're all sabotaging each other. It's a lot of gross out humor. Young, adorable Julie Bowen is here as the publicity agent for golf in general, all golf.
Golf's PR person.
Right. And for some reason, she has taken a liking to him. I mean, he has to play golf, though, because he needs to make money so that his beloved grandma won't lose her house. Right. So as obnoxious and crass as he is, we are also meant to find him endearing because he loves his grandma and will hustle his butt off and put himself out there in an uncomfortable situation to make money for her. Also, he becomes a spokesperson for Subway.
Boy, does he.
Happy Gilmore. It's all there. And I'm not sure we needed a sequel to it, but one exists. And we'll talk about that in a separate video.
Yes, we will.
Alonzo, what do you think about this movie? Did you like this movie?
So I'd never seen it before. And it made me appreciate the difference between like early Sandler and later Sandler. I think once he becomes kind of a brand, once like Happy Madison becomes a thing, there's an ossification of his movies that becomes really stale and like really there's a reactionary streak to his later comedies, I think, where it's it's all about like who are we mocking and who's cool and who isn't cool. And this one has kind of a silly, goofy quality. He is the underdog, so everybody else is dumping on him, and that's, I think, for a comic lead, that's a good position to be in because it gives you something to respond to. And I did laugh periodically. Like, Sandler's never been entirely my jam in this kind of comedy. I do like him doing, the PTA Safdie brothers stuff. But like for one of these movies, this is a pretty good one, I think. Like, it actually has a beginning, middle, end. There is a plot holding all this thing together. Christopher McDonald is a great character actor. And so, Shooter McGavin is a great nemesis for this guy. And you get the sense of, like, okay, I think in a later Sandler movie, like something like Jack and Jill, when he brings in the working class folks, it feels mocking. Whereas here, I think it feels like he is upending the kind of stuffy world of golf in the way that Caddyshack does, in the way that like a movie like Animal House classically does. That like, yeah, you guys are, rich uptight a-holes, and we're just here to have some fun and do our thing. So yeah, I mean, it's shaggy and shambling, and it's a Dennis Dugan movie. So, you know, what do you expect? But
he's in it, of course.
Of course he is. But I see the appeal of it, and I see why, like, there are not all that many golf movies, and so I see why people who golf continue to quote this movie, which they do, and which is why we got a sequel. I'm still a Tin Cup fan myself, but I know that one maybe doesn't loan itself as much to memes or whatever, you know?
Yeah, back then, in retrospect, nearly 30 years ago, this character was a good fit for him.
Yeah.
Right? When he still tries to be that man-child now in his mid to late 50s, it is not quite so comfortable. But when he was like young, puppy doggish, you know, SNL, Adam Sandler, there is a goofy kind of earnest enthusiasm about him that I can see why it was appealing. But as you say, in later years, as he becomes an empire, it's like he's reaching back toward his youthful glory in ways that he should be beyond, because we know he has more in him. Yeah. And I guess when you keep going back to that well, you are giving the people what they want. Like, it's stupid, and that's a feature and not a bug. If it weren't stupid, what would be the point? Calling an Adam Sandler movie like this stupid is like calling water wet.
Sure,
like,
but I think they feel not just stupid as they get later on, but lazy. Like he's not trying. Whereas this one, you know, he's still sort of crafting his on-screen persona, which is kind of like Jerry Lewis, but with more rage. And like the subway thing is, you know, it's organic to the plot. It makes sense for the plot, and it's a funny joke in that they're so sort of down market for like a sport like golf. But I think that it planted the seed of him realizing, oh shit, wait, I can get paid extra for putting this stuff in, whether it fits or not. So we're going to have, like, you know, Jack and Jill, we're going to go on a Carnival cruise now, you know, or whatever kind of bullshit product placement you get in the later movies. It just feels like he's lining his pockets. Whereas at least in this movie, it feels like it's a joke that works. And, you know, it helped, you know, with the budget of the movie.
That's a really good point. Yeah, as far as like the kind of high-end sponsors that really good golfers, like established golfers, would have.
Yeah.
And he has cheap sandwiches.
Exactly. It's not Callaway, you know, it's not, you know, Jaguar or something, you know.
Yeah. So I don't know how it is that I missed this. I wasn't a film critic in 1996, and I didn't feel the need to go out and run out and see this dumb Adam Sandler movie. But now I have, and I'm glad I have. And we'll talk about Happy Gilmore 2 separately. So do you want to give this movie a number?
Ooh, man, it's hard to do that after 30 years, you know, because like there's so many bits of it I had seen over the years, like the Bob Barker fight, you know, which is great. Like everybody knows what page they're on there, and it's a funny scene. I felt bad for Julie Bowen, frankly, because like, okay, look, if his happy place is imagining his girlfriend in lingerie holding 2 pictures of Moosehead, fine. Pick better lingerie. It was not flattering to her. And like, you know, it's cut all high on the butt in a weird way. It's like, she deserves a better, you know, fantasy costume for you in this movie.
Oh, she's very cute though. Young, wholesome Julie Bowen's very cute. Yeah, and I'd forgotten about the Bob Barker thing. Like that's a funny idea. Him upending his persona in that way is funny. All right, let's not give it a number then. Happy Gilmore exists in the world, and so does Happy Gilmore 2. So come on back and look for our review of that.